A 13-year-old girl, missing for days, found alive, inside a box, in a stranger's basement, hundreds of miles from home. What really happened to this child? How did a chance online connection turn into her worst nightmare? This is the story of how social media, grooming, and human trafficking converged in one horrifying case. In October 2025, in Baker, Louisiana, a young girl vanished. The local authorities issued a missing child alert. Investigators would later discover that this was no ordinary runaway case. The child had met a 26-year-old man named Keyshawn Crumedy on the social app Snapchat. According to the criminal complaint, he told her he would arrange for her adoption by a trusted adult. Instead, she was drawn away from home. Authorities later tracked her across state lines, from Louisiana toward a home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Law enforcement sources say the teenager boarded a Greyhound bus on her journey north. Along the way, two older men became implicated, a 62-year-old named Ronald Smith in Georgia and a 64-year-old named Alvin Hansen arrested near New Orleans. Investigators say the network moved her from Louisiana through Georgia and ultimately to Pennsylvania, more than 1,000 miles from her home. This is no simple disappearance. This appears to be a coordinated transport and exploitation network.
In Pittsburgh's Brighton Heights neighborhood, federal agents and local police executed a raid on a home on Davis Avenue. Inside the basement, they found the 13-year-old girl, confined in a box covered by a sheet. She was immediately taken to hospital. Authorities recovered evidence of sexual assault. The fact that she was found alive is a miracle, but the path the investigators followed reveals how dark the operation was.
The criminal complaint quotes the victim. She said that after arriving, she, Crumedy, and a woman slept in a bed in the basement. For roughly a week, Crumedy allegedly gave her edible cannabis products and alcohol and sexually assaulted her daily. In her own words, when she got to hospital, she felt the safest she had felt in a long time. These statements underscore the chilling transformation of help into exploitation.
Crumedy is now charged with multiple offenses: human trafficking, sexual assault of a minor, unlawful contact with a minor, and corruption of a child. He remains held without bail. Meanwhile, Smith and Hansen face charges for kidnapping and aiding the delinquency of a juvenile. Investigators say more arrests are likely. The case thus opens a window into a wider trafficking operation, not a lone perpetrator, but multiple actors and movement across states.
This case is dark, but sadly far from unique. According to the Louisiana Attorney General, this child was groomed, exploited, and then sexually abused by strangers who found her online. Apps like Snapchat, which allow disappearing messages and private chatting, create vulnerabilities. Predators can manipulate minors under false promises of adoption, better life, or escape. Human trafficking through online grooming doesn't always involve obvious kidnapping. Sometimes it begins with a message, a promise, a trip, and ends in exploitation. As viewers, we need to ask, what safeguards exist for children online? What responsibility do social media companies bear? What can parents and educators do to intervene early? Somewhere between the real world and the digital world, a child's life was diverted, stolen, and then rescued. She survived. She is alive. But her journey will echo for years. If we learned anything from this case, it is this: we must remain vigilant. Safety online is not guaranteed,
even for the youngest among us. If you suspect online exploitation, report it immediately. One report can save a life. Thank you for watching. If you found this story important, please share it. Awareness saves lives. This is Masa, where we go beyond the headlines. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and until next time, keep asking questions.